Boxing is back with the IBO World Light Heavyweight Championship. Can Suarez take the belt? Or will one of Britain's brightest prospects, Lyndon Arthur, seize victory? Big Fight Live, Arthur versus Suarez, Friday at 10 on Channel 5.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with, well, Jim McTaggart said it, three-weight world champion Ricky Burns. Ricky, you're a coach now. You've just done a corner with Charlie Doig, one of your fighters, in an exhibition fight with Jim McTaggart. We just spoke a little bit off camera there. I mean, for an exhibition, the two young lads went at it.
I know, Joe. Obviously, Charlie and Jer, they were both on Boxing Scotland, so they've done loads of rounds over the years. So they've actually sparred. They've sparred as pros as well before. Thank you to Jer as well. Obviously, Charlie's opponent pulled out short notice. They were struggling to get a replacement, and obviously Jer stepped in to make sure he still got us out. So fair play to him. But it's good to be scrap there.
Definitely, a good be scrap now. Charlie told me that for this camp you've been his chief sparring partner. I don't know there's many coaches out there that they're fighters' chief sparring partner, Ricky.
That's what I said to him. We finished the last spar last week. I was saying to him, wonder if there is any coaches that still obviously spar with their boxers and that. That's one for you. If you still spar with your boxers, give me a shout.
Yeah, but they probably do, but I don't think they're the chief. I don't think they're like the guys that give them 6 to 8 rounds. Maybe a little body spar here and there. I think that's what they do, but I don't think they do what you do, Ricky.
Proper sparring, as obviously Charlie broke his hand his last fight. So the first week we eased ourselves in. We were just doing one hand, finding distance. Second week we were doing just throwing his left hand to the body, and then obviously we done a couple of weeks just like normal sparring. But we were getting 6-8 rounds in that, and he was on form for that fight. There he was looking good in the gym.
Ricky, you're a busy man as well with your gym as well. You've got your professional coach now as well. You're still a fighter, I believe. You're still. I'm going to bang that drum for one more fight for you in Glasgow. We'll talk about that. But just talk to me about the fighters you've got now as a professional coach, because there's some serious talent in that gym.
I know. Well, obviously Charlie boxed tonight. I trained David Burrell. He made his debut in November. He's got his second fight tomorrow night in the Crown Plaza. Charlie and David have both got their next dates already set. They're fighting the 6th of May in Dundee. I trained Tyler Jolly. He's making his debut next Saturday in Dublin. And also trained Sean Lazzarini. Sean, we're just waiting for that. We're waiting for a date to get his debut announced. But no, I've got 4 pro fighters, and it's a good wee stable. I mean, good wee stable.
And they're all 4 of them are talented young Scottish fighters, which is good to see, and music to my ears as a Scottish boxing fan. But Ricky, like I said to you, I'll be banging this drum until it happens. Ricky Burns, one more fight.
It's happening. I go on once I get back from holiday. I'm going to speak to a few people, and 100% I need to do. I'm saying one more. It could be 2 or 3, but to keep my missus happy, we'll say one more. But I was laughing because in the gym, I'm always saying to the boxers, if it does happen, I would love to get all my fighters boxing on the same show. I mean, I would do all the corners, and then I would go up to the dressing room. I'd get bandaged myself, and then I'd go in and do it.
You know what, Ricky? I wouldn't put that past you. I would not put that past you.
If this happens in Glasgow, then I'll be doing everything I can to make sure that they're all in the show, and I will do their corners and then go up and get bandaged and do it myself.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Ricky. You deserve it because you've been a good ambassador for Scottish boxing for long enough. And I think, no disrespect to Rainton in Sunderland, where your last fight was, I don't think that's where you should end your career. You should have one. If it's going to be your last, have it in Glasgow as your homecoming, as a farewell to your fans. You say you need one more, and you said it could be 2 or 3, but if it is going to be your last one, at least have it in Glasgow.
No, well, do you know what? I promised my missus that I want to do one more, but it would definitely have to be in Glasgow. The amount of 28 years I've been boxing, and 53 professional fights, and the nights that we've had in Glasgow, all with different venues, and it would be good to have one more big night. But like I said, big night for me. Obviously, a thank you to the fans more or less. But obviously, showing gives all these up and coming fighters, the ones that I'm training, all other up and coming fighters in Scotland, a chance to be on the show as well. So, that's good.
Definitely, and obviously knowing you as well, Ricky, you're probably going to get somebody in the top 10 to fight, top 10 world ranking. You don't want no easy touch.
Nah, do you know what, well, I said that even now, it's like, I don't care who I fight. Tell me a date, give me where is it, and give me plenty of notice to get the weight down, and we'll take it from there.
Listen, Ricky, I know you're going on holiday, but you've got a busy. Your fighter on tomorrow night. You've got a fighter on next weekend in Dublin, and then you're away on holiday. And then fingers crossed, we can get some news. We can do this interview again with some good news that you've got a date.
Well, I'm back. Once I get back, I'm hoping that by May we're going to have something sealed. So fingers crossed, man. Keep your eyes peeled, man. We need to get this one more in Glasgow.
Definitely, Ricky. Listen, I want it, and you want it, so let's make it happen. Cheers, Ricky. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,